The Coach and the Casual in Las Vegas. This episode, we have Manel, Kape, a 125 phenom in the UFC, coming off a big win. Hopefully, we'll see him fighting for a championship here soon. Let's get to know him.
Yeah, we'll just jump right into it. So we've met before. You came up to Utah. You weren't even there up on that card, but you came up and I had a big bad bet party. They call you StarBoy, huh?
Yes,
StarBoy.
Yes.
How long have you had that, and how did StarBoy get born? Tell us StarBoy.
The StarBoy is coming from Japan, you know.
You fought in Japan?
Yeah, I fight in Japan.
This is a RIZIN legend.
Yes, I was the rising welterweight champion.
Okay.
And yeah, you know, I was always dressing good.
How is it? So we've talked to quite a few guys. How do you feel about the Japanese fans? It's a much different fan than U.S. fan.
Yes, it's different. You know, I've been around the world, and the culture is different. Everywhere I go, culture is different. So I'm very positive on this, and very. It's habit for me because I travel a lot. I meet different people, different cultures. US and Japan is total different. Total different. Of course, I believe the Japanese fans are more fanatics.
Yeah.
Are more fanatics, and but not annoying, just very fanatic.
And they also care more about like the technique. You know, they like an exchange happens, they wait, and then they.
Yes,
and then
yes.
go right
They
back
love,
to it.
they love the sea technique. They appreciate. They are there to watch. You know.
Yeah. U.S. fans, we just want to see you bleed.
Yes, and the big difference is like when I fought in Japan, even if you are prelims or you are main card, everybody show up.
They're there for it.
They are there from prelim to last fight.
You know, I never watched a prelim in my life before Ramsey. He made me watch the prelim.
I show up to his house early. It was fight night, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Prelims, brother."
Yes, and the first time when I watched a fight here in US in T-Mobile, when started the prelims, bro, I was like empty.
Yeah.
No
They
one's
were
there.
everybody.
And I was thinking like, they really sell all tickets, or
Yeah.
like it's just like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because they say sold out, sold out. It's not sold out. I don't see anyone here.
They're
you know?
lying.
They are lying. Like
Yeah.
it was like empty. I was shocked, you know, because my last fight was in Saitama Super Arena, and I was the main event,
Yeah.
and like 50,000, 60,000 people.
Oh, in the
already-
super arena where they're like
in-
on you,
inside-
right?
Yes, and yeah, then my guy say, "Hey, calm down, calm down. People's gonna show up.
Yeah.
It's okay, doesn't matter." But like, I'm surprised,
Yeah.
you know. And then when start main card, people like,
Yeah, they all
all
comes
the,
in.
yeah,
This is
was
the-
weird.
I was shocked my first time, like when I got signed to the UFC. You know, I grew up like, you know, college, and my dream was to go to a UFC card.
Yes.
So I get signed by the UFC. First fight that they give me tickets to right after the Ultimate Fighter, and I was like, after I fought, and I was like, I'm gonna be sitting front row. I show up and I'm like, where's everybody?
It was
Why is nobody here at the prelims? And then they're like, my manager at the time, he's like, well, we're in Vegas, man. People are gambling, having
Yeah.
fun. I'm like, but aren't they here for the fights? And he's like, kid, some people are not as obsessed with it like you. And I was like, what? I was just mind boggling.
In Japan, like this is a little bit they disrespect for
Yeah.
fighters. They feel like they're very disrespectful for fighters. you
For
know?
me, you have to earn my respect by getting onto the main card.
So, but the 300, have
UFC 300.
how you can say that because
Even the prelims are
Even the-
stacked.
Yeah.
the
Bo
prelims,
Nichols on the prelim.
Yes, and Cody Garbrandt.
Oh, yeah,
and
Cody's
David-
on
and
the-
Davidson,
yeah,
and Davidson
Figueroa.
Figueiredo. So I think it's a little bit a strategy
Yeah.
to.
Teach people that there's fights before the main card.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, can be, you know.
Well, you know,
What
it's
the-
kind of interesting though. Like Salt Lake, you came out and watched. Salt Lake is a big fight fan.
Yes.
And Dana even was like surprised because there was lines literally out before the first prelim.
Yes, yes.
People were there. Utah set
I was
records.
surprised. I was
Yeah.
surprised. I
We
was
just
really
love
surprised.
It. Yeah.
Always I show up if I have to go somewhere to fight. That is rare. I go watch fights in But when I was in Utah, I was really surprised for
You
the
know
crowd.
why? It's because nothing happens in Utah. So if we have something ever, we're like, bro, we're going to show up early. We want to see
Yeah.
everything.
This
Hey,
is
you know
true.
what's funny? The same thing is in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Like they say, my cousin lives there. When I was fighting there, she was like, "This is crazy because nothing goes on there, but when something goes on, everybody goes."
Yes.
And so, like, she was like, maybe it's the ultra religious city of Salt Lake. There's not really any parties, but then when there's an event, everyone's going to that. And you know, like we're gonna see Saudi Arabia is gonna be sold out with.
And I love Utah. I always be there. Like
Yeah.
I really enjoy the time there. I really like the atmosphere.
That's
Yeah.
because
Everything.
you know it's very so
Familiar?
it's LDS and it's Mormon, so it's very like conservative religion for me. I'm a
Yes.
Mormon guy. It's almost like you just converted to Islam.
Yes.
I always say there's a lot of comparisons to Islam and Mormonism because both of us we're not allowed to do much of anything. We're not no drinking, no crazy partying, no nothing. But a lot of focus on the religion and family and making sure.
Yes.
And because of that, it's safe to leave your bike outside, just
Yes.
like
Not
Dubai
true.
is
My
the
bike
sa-
got stolen.
Yeah, well, you live in I live
in Holiday, bro. I live
that's
in
the ghetto for us.
That is not the ghetto. I live in the nice.
But
part.
it's like Dubai, safest city in the world, is because it's just
I think Japan.
Japan is safer, huh?
Yes,
I've
I
heard
believe
Dubai
Japan.
is the safest place in the world. Why
Hey,
Japan?
I'm gonna tell some story. This is really true. This story. In Japan they pay you in cash.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Yes, they pay in cash
After your fights?
after the fight. After the fight, you go to another room in a hotel. So there is a bunch of securities and blah blah blah, and then you go to the room, the contability, and they pay you.
Yeah.
You know.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
That
they
is
pay
nice.
you in cash. Sometimes I in Japan they pay me a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, they
And
pay me a lot of
in
money.
yen, huh?
Yeah, yeah. No. I mean, they pay me in dollar.
Dollars.
They pay me a lot of money, and I would, like normally bring like 3, 4, 5 coach because in a plane, so I can give the cash. So
Oh yeah.
you know, so can travel. And one time, I left in my hotel $25,000. I left $25,000 in bed. You know,
Yeah.
because I was
Because
like.
you were rolling around in it.
Yeah, no.
Throwing it up in the
No,
air.
I put the whole money and I was taking pictures. You know,
Yeah.
I
You
took a
had
picture.
fish.
I was taking a picture. No,
Basically
was,
rolling
no,
around.
No, was for Instagram. Was just for me,
Yeah.
and I sent to my brothers,
Yeah.
to my young brothers. I sent to them, hey, I'm coming. You know, I'm coming home. I remember this day, like, and I remember I left one because when I counted the money, go to do the checkout, then the taxi come to bring us to airport. I was asking my coach, "Oh, how much money you have?" Because maybe in airport they were gonna ask you how much money you can travel, so you can travel much. And then yes, then they ask you what? Where is my 25,000? You know, you was I lost my, but I don't know where. You know, it was like a bunch of money, and then I received a call from Sakakiwari, the president of
Promoter,
RIZIN.
yeah.
He come, hey, you left your money here. The lady was cleaning the room. He find out, and then go down and give
Turn it
him,
in.
yes, and give it the money.
Eee.
Like, and I hear many stories, not just me.
Wild.
I hear many stories, not just me. Other fighters, they left the money, like, and then they receive
The
you
money
know.
back.
Yeah, the
But,
money
so
back.
here's a question I want to ask then, and this is important then. Why, if you're making so much money in Japan and you've got fans who really respect and want to watch everything, why the UFC?
Because was one of my goals, you know, one of my goals.
But what I mean, do you?
I understood your question,
Yeah.
but the thing it is, when I arrived to Japan, I said that I want to be a world champion, you know, because Japan it was mean too much to me because Rising was the pride, you know, they just switched the name, but was the pride to be there, the atmosphere was where the MMA start, you know, and I believe this is a dream for every MMA fighter to be a champion in Japan, in Pride or Rising, you know. And I made this dream come true, and but you know, where all the spotlights, everything was in UFC. When I was kid, I really loved to be in UFC, the spotlight, to be the best. You
Yeah.
know, I was believing in my division I was the best. You know, in the world, but I want to prove going to UFC and become the best. Was not just for me about the money to get it comfortable in that time because I'm young.
Yeah.
You know, so
How old are you?
30 now.
yeah.
I was world champion with 27 years old. So I was like, I wanted this competitive, you know?
Yeah.
I want to prove, you know? It's
The
like
toughest in the world.
it's like it's the same thing with the soccer players, all the players that go play in Saudi Arabia or in China very early. But the real deal are in Europe when you are young,
But
you know?
I can't. So
Same with
You
the
get paid
Americans,
because
yeah.
you get paid there more in China, Saudi Arabia. You get paid more.
Yeah.
You know, you get paid.
Yeah.
But the real competition,
Is the European League.
But
Is
how
there
could you?
different?
Isn't fighting? I mean, fighting. You like to fight. You want to fight the best. But isn't fighting? You got such an expiration date. I mean, no matter what, one man has a certain number of fights in him in his whole life. He doesn't know the number, but he's gonna hit that number one day.
yes.
Don't you want to take that number and make the most money possible during? I mean, I don't understand.
No, because I know I can make money with business. You know, I'm a very smart kid. You know, I've been doing things and being successful. It's just about like I don't wanna when I finish my career have a dumps.
Yeah.
You know, think like I should do this. I didn't this. I didn't do. You know, I should this, and then live with the regret is the worst thing. So I prefer to do than not do.
It's more of like the same idea as like, well, why would someone go for Olympic wrestling gold medal? It's not going to bring you any money. You know, it's just going to bring a lot of pain and suffering, right?
Switch for to professional.
Exactly.
Right? Or
but then
something
for
like
the
that.
rest of your life, you're
For
a
the
gold
rest of your
medalist.
life,
Yeah.
you can say.
You know, like I was in the same, I was fighting for PFL for more money, but then it was like, I was a lot less motivated than I was in the UFC where all the eyeballs are on. I was kind of
It's
like,
not for me. It's not about the opinion of the public because I'm really true. I doesn't care. Like I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. You know, people say like, oh, you are in RIZIN or you are in PFL, but the real competition is in UFC. Like, doesn't matter because I look to that thing like that. UFC is an organization. I'm not compete against UFC.
Yeah.
You know, I'm compete against other fighters.
Yeah.
You know, it's other organization that have compete against UFC like PFL, RIZIN, Bellator.
Yeah.
To become bigger like UFC. You know, so of course UFC is the number one. Is the World Cup.
yeah.
So we all know about that. You know, so this was my main thing as a kid. You know, to be there, to be a champion, and of course in UFC you make money too.
Yeah.
You know, when you're rich.
How'd you get started though? And so you're grew up in Portugal.
Yes,
How and there's like MMA gyms or
no,
striking.
yes, but
Because you're like there's not many Portuguese. There's plenty of Brazilians who speak Portuguese,
Yes.
but there's not very many Portuguese fight. Are you the only Portuguese fighter? in
no,
the
no,
UFC?
no. André Fialho was in UFC too. He have like a successful start in UFC, three KOs. Was have Jordan Castro too. We have Falco. Neto is more veteran. Paulo. All the fighters, and actually one of my good friends is Elson Henrique. The fighter is a veteran now. Too. We have some good fighters, and Pedro Carvalho is in Bellator too.
Yeah.
Pedro Carvalho. We have some
So you
good
like-
names like.
When you were a kid, did you start training? Or?
Yes. So my father was a former world champion boxing.
Oh shit. Okay.
So all my families started
Yeah.
with all my brothers fighting. You
Okay.
know, they are very successful in boxing. So I grew up. I started boxing with 4 years old.
Yeah.
So I started boxing and soccer play. So fighting is in my blood. You know,
Yeah.
my family blood. You know, Jiu-Jitsu I started with 12 years old.
Yeah.
MMA 12 to 13.
How many
So
brothers do you have?
We are 5.
Oh man,
We
yeah.
are 5.
5
Can
boys.
any of your brothers beat your ass or no?
My brothers, no.
Neither can any of mine, dude. Come get some.
Okay, well here's my question. So for me, I'm a casual fan.
Yes.
What do you walk around at? What's your walk around weight?
Weight. 158, 160.
Oh, that's bigger. That's bigger. Yes. But you fight at 125.
Yes.
Let's say you get to your 125 weight. Okay, for me, I'm a casual fan. I have maybe in my whole combined life 20 jiu-jitsu classes, right? Me.
Yes.
But I'm 240.
Yes.
I'm a problem. Yes or no? You don't want to fight. No!
Brother, you're not a problem at all.
Don't you feel like 125? Why not 135? Because 125 is so small. Don't you want to fight 135, 140? 135, you're fighting Aljamain Sterling.
First thing, when I fight in Japan was 135. You know, I believe UFC want me to fight 125 to bring more heat to the division.
That's where DJ was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bring more heat to the division. So, if I can make this weight, so I already make the weight championship because I was a backup for Davidson Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno. I made the weight, so this because I'm in 125, so I can make this weight.
Is there talk of you getting a title shot next, or?
Yeah, it was supposed to be in May. But you know, my last fight, I didn't make the weight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't make the weight. A fight against Mateus Nicolau. Things happen for a reason, you know. I told that I was sick. You know, I was very sick. Everybody, I think, in Vegas was sick, and this was cost me to make the weight.
But I mean, it's not like you lost. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not regret.
Yeah.
I'm not regret. I know my time is coming.
Yeah.
This year is gonna be.
Because I know that whole weight thing, but is that a really? Has they made it a big deal with yours, or
this is my job. I have to make the weight.
Yeah, I agree.
Or I get the punishment. You know. So
you gotta move up. You think?
No. I'm not gonna move up. I've been made a lot of times the 125 weight.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Have you fought at 35?
Yes, I fought in Japan with 35.
The problem is that 35, the division here in 35 is, Sugar Sean, he's an animal, right? Yeah. Don't you think he's so tall? Don't you think that'd be some real problems for you?
No, I'll be more stronger.
Yeah.
More powerful.
So what you do?
Tell me someone in 135 that have more chaos than me. Probably not, buddy.
Well, one thing we do need
to... I can't think... Because Cody doesn't. Figueroa?
No, I have more chaos
than Figueroa. Because if you're talking your RIZIN, too, you have a lot in your RIZIN.
Yes.
One thing we got to talk about, and if you don't like to talk about it, we can. But we got to talk about that post-fight press or that post-fight with DC. That was one of you got some flag for it. You put some flag for it, and you had to. You know, I saw you apologize. It was probably just heat of the moment, but that was one of the craziest post-fight. DC was like, "Oh man, come on!" But what was the crowd doing out there that was pissing you off?
No, that was the crowd. Like I said, I don't care. What's the public opinion. Of course, we work with the public, but we have to care and we don't have to care. It's 50-50. But for me, I don't care. You know what I mean? Because today they love you, tomorrow they hate you.
Yeah.
And tomorrow they're going to love you.
Yeah.
You know? Because I know the up and comes of the
So were they
life
just,
of
was
the
the
fighter.
Aussie crowd just booing or what was
They just boo because, you know, I was fighting with the guys from the probably the
New
home.
Zealand or Australia.
And you were supposed to fight
Kaikara France.
Kaikara
and
France.
Then he pulled
out last minute, and then one kid stepped up.
Yes,
the kid was actually pretty tough.
It was tough. Was tough.
I mean, everyone thought you were just going and knock him out, and then it was like,
yes, if he was more experienced or have some more years of the fight, I will knock you out him.
Yeah,
definitely. Because he's still virgin.
Yeah.
You know, 7-0.
Well, he wasn't a virgin afterwards.
Yeah, he's still virgin. You know, Ishin never sees some hands like mine. You know, but a couple of the fights, if he's still fighting like that, go forward. One time, somebody not with my power, is gonna drop him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, like you did the preemptive damage when you fight like that.
You know what I mean. Yes.
No, I know exactly what you mean, and I mean it's kind of wild. People don't realize that some fights can take careers off of
Yes,
you
can
know.
take careers off.
And like
yeah.
some people are those type of
Yes.
fighters. You
People
know?
say it's tough, it's tough, it's tough. Till when?
Tell when. Exactly. Yeah. We were just saying that like last podcast is like you don't want to be described as a tough fighter 'cause that means you have no skill and you just take
I
shots.
believe in this sport, you have to take the less damage you can, and you have to give the most damage to others. Of course, we're gonna take damage; is inevitable. But if you can't avoid, you know, you have a good game, good timing to avoid all the punch. It's good. You are using your brain. you
Yeah.
know. But if you are using your brain to take a punch in
Yeah.
the head, what it is.
It's like I always call it the Homer Simpson. Remember
Yes,
that Homer
yes,
Simpson
yes.
episode? He's just
He was defense my punch with his head.
yeah, he did. He took a
He was
lot.
bruising your.
There was like
bruising-
100 something punches thrown per
Yes,
round.
yes,
something
He was
crazy.
bruising
I
your
dropped him
knuckles
4
with his
times. I
face.
dropped him 4 times.
Yeah, that was
yes.
a wild fight. But
What,
so
uh,
then let's say if tomorrow you get the call up for Pantoja,
I'm ready.
you're ready? Well, how would that fight go?
And first of all, before that, I would beg of you. I watched the last Pantoja fight. I was here. It was when Colby fought Leon.
Yes.
And I wanted to kill myself because it was so much ground and every time the second the round starts, ground. So if you fight Pantoja, please don't let him go to the ground. Just please box this man up. I couldn't take it anymore.
No, I think it's going very very well. This fight is it's a perfect match for me. Style is good, you know. He's a tough fighter. He's a great champion, but I just believe I'm much better than him.
You think you can handle the grappling?
Definitely.
Well, here's my big problem with fighters, okay? Especially Ramsey.
Yes.
Ramsey, you know, I've got a good friend of mine. His name is Deuce. He's about the same size as
I'm
me.
a black belt jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
So
Tell him this.
Yeah.
Is wait until you.
here's
ask
my
him.
big problem with fighters: that all fighters they're too confident. Okay,
Yeah.
they say things that are impossible, right? Me, I've got a friend of mine who's named Deuce. We're about the same size, but both of us were not fighters. Ramsey, he was a world-class fighter, his ultimate fighter, got his ass whipped by Tony Ferguson, but he had other fights. He beat Beneil Dariush, other things, right? But he says that me and Deuce, he could beat both of us at the same time. That's not possible. Too big. You.
I already beat one time in the street 3 guys.
Yeah,
More
3 guys,
bigger
but
than
not
you
this
guys.
big. For me,
No,
I'm
more bigger
240.
than you.
More bigger than you. That's
Hey,
what
more
I'm
taller
saying.
than you. Believe me.
When I had my
Uh.
assault charge, there was guys a
Hey,
lot bigger
I
than you.
swear,
A lot of them.
It's bigger than you. It's really
Tall
really
guy.
tall.
Yeah,
Very tall.
but-
And I was
but-
not
I
big
got-
like that.
But here's my point.
I got attacked by 4 dudes.
Because I'm fat.
Yeah, you
No,
are
I was
fat.
not big.
Yeah, he's
like
fat
that
as
time.
fuck. I got attacked by 4 dudes, and by attacked, you know, it was like we were
Yeah.
drinking, started a fight, and I was in college. And out of everybody, I was outnumbered. I got charged with assault.
Wow.
So that's what happens.
Okay, but here's my
And they were
question.
fucking college level football
I want to
players.
get to my question here, which is, because of course martial arts is also respect and humility.
Yes.
Who right now, either in UFC or not in UFC, who do you think at 125 would be a big problem for you? How do you think you do against a DJ or somebody else? Who would be a problem for you?
Good question. Who's gonna be a good
This guy tried to fight the 185 champ, so I don't think,
Who
right?
Who you trying to fight?
Izzy, bro,
to
at the
fight Izzy?
press conference, he stood up and they got into it, bro.
I just believe like everybody is good now. Right now is like have amazing talents.
Yeah.
In UFC, we have all these guys. Pantoja. We have this kid Mokaev. We have Amir Albazi. Like it's so many good fighters. You
Amir?
know? Amir
This is
Albazi.
it.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's like we have like so amazing 125 fighters in the world outside the UFC. I think everybody is gonna be a problem because we all train it to be a problem to
Yeah.
someone, you know, and we not last forever. Like we just saw Ilya Tupuda with Volkanovski,
Oof.
you know.
That was a heartbreaker for me. I'll tell you what, I'm a big Volk
And
fan.
I told to everybody like Ilya gonna knock him out, you know.
He knew it too. He knew
I
it too.
told to everybody, you know, he's more hungry than him. 35 with 27 years old, very mature. Like right now, I just believe that I'm the problem.
Yeah.
You know, to the champion. Not I don't think somebody's big a problem to me because I'm hungry too. I already feel the championship belt, how is the taste, but I'm still hungry. You
Yeah.
know, for the UFC belt.
You got 4 right around you right now. Does it feel? Does it feel
You
natural?
Feel the power.
Yeah, I feel amazing.
These are the old
Yeah,
belts.
that's
Those are the old belts.
It's meant to be, right? Look at that. It's meant to
This
be
look
on
good.
you.
Is
Classic one.
It's true?
This
Is
is
it
the
true?
old one. No,
The old
it's
one,
a,
no.
It's
No,
a
but
replica.
it's true. Replica.
Yeah, replica.
Yes.
That wasn't that good.
What's it like for
Had
you
to
now?
wait for it,
Now,
though.
now you live in you moved to Vegas. You're here full time now.
Yes.
This is your home. Is it? What's it like training and living in Vegas as opposed to training and living in Japan? How does it help you? Have you advanced as a fighter?
I was living in Thailand actually.
Yeah,
I was living in Thailand, but living in Vegas was my dream
Yeah.
as a kid, you know, and it's perfect here, training here, and because Vegas is very easy life.
Yeah.
You can easy for a fighter, for an athlete.
Yeah.
It's very easy because compared to other states, I've been in California and that stuff. Vegas, everything is like near. It's
Yeah.
like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
As
You
a
have 3
fighter,
gyms in 15
Yes.
minutes with hundreds of people.
as a fighter, this is very important because the time of do your rest.
Yeah.
You know, for time to rest. Because in other states, to home to the gym, maybe you take 1 hour or
Plus, when I was living in San Francisco, if there's traffic, it could be 2 to 3 hours, you know?
3 hours. Then you can make two or three trains a day.
Yeah. 2
You know?
workouts was my max because
Yes.
I'm driving.
Sometimes I train 3.
Yeah, and
most
like
of the
I would have to
times,
run at home, but like I could only go to
I have here gyms 24 hours. It's
Yeah.
2 minutes from my home. Then I have the PI.
it's
know,
open all the day, right?
Yeah, all the day. Then I have the extreme. You know?
Yeah.
So it's very easy life, you know, for
And
an
everything's
athlete.
20-minute drive.
Not even 20. Like
Yeah.
me, I'm speed here 7 minutes.
Yeah.
5. I drive good.
Close by.
As long as you don't have to drive during traffic hours
Yes,
because like
yes.
the training's
no,
at
no
thir-
traffic.
Yeah.
For
No
me, I
traffic at
couldn't
all.
live in Vegas because I'm a degenerate gambler, so I would be bankrupt too quick.
Hey, no. This is what people misunderstood about Vegas. We locals don't
Don't
even
gamble.
come. We don't even come to strip.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's very rare we come to strip. Out there where we live, close to mountains, it's so peaceful.
No,
and
that
nice.
Red Rock Casino, I love gambling
Not
there. That's a problem for me out there too.
He's a degenerate,
I'll tell
bro.
you
He's
what,
got a
yeah,
problem.
I get things in the mail from every casino. Come here, we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
free nights for you. Come on, lose some more money.
It's rare. I go to casinos.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was a kid and I was out here, and by a kid I was like 19 or 20, and Ray Sifu, you know, he's like,
Ray
you know,
Sifu, yes.
one of the greatest of all time.
Yes.
And for some reason I was going to see a movie thing, and I remember driving with him, and he's like, "Yeah, come ride with me," and I was
Yeah.
like, I was like 19, 20, like jumped in the Hummer, like this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
coolest experience, you know. And then he's like, "I love living in Vegas." He's like, "I don't drink, I don't gamble." He goes, "But me and my wife, we go to all the shows."
Yes.
He goes, "I go to all the concerts." He's like, "I'm like a kid in candy store
Yes.
here." And he's like, "If you don't like to party, and you don't like to gamble," he's like, "It's a great place. But if you
You
like
ha-
to party and gamble, it's a rough place to live."
Yes, it's a hot place. You have you can live the life you want here.
Yeah.
You can live the life you want here. You can live a easy life. You can have a problem life. You know, you can live in gambler. You know,
For me, it'd be a problem
can-
like
See, for us in Salt Lake, you can't even. There is no temptation. There's no casinos.
yes.
You're not even allowed to bet online. You know, like
Yeah,
you can
well-
bet. Like the websites don't work
Yes.
unless you have like a, VPN.
there's
Yes.
other
You
websites
can't-
that don't work in Utah right now.
Yeah, porn websites don't work
They don't
there.
work.
Yeah, they don't work there. They just cancel it all. You can't just go to the bars aren't like bars.
So
you
now
know, you have to
now
go to
you see-
restaurants.
Now
and
you see
stuff.
why everybody came to the prelims. We had nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Yeah.
like here, I just like to go to the restaurants. It's one thing that I like is
Yeah.
eating a lot.
And like good food. You know
Yeah,
what's
good
funny
food.
though? Like when the NBA came to Utah, all the players, because like NBA players are like party animals,
Yes.
and they're all like, Utah, Salt Lake's so boring. This is the most boring place. But any of the fighters that come out, like Uros Medic came out and I was cornering him, and they're all like, I love Utah because it's
me
beautiful
too.
mountains.
Yeah, me too. It's like
Quiet.
It's like I told to my friend, hey, we have to go to Utah. It's just 1 hour by plane. Like
Yeah,
you don't know
of
the
course.
vibe. You know,
Yeah.
the vibe is like nice vibe. You know,
But
I
you
like
gotta,
it
you
chill.
gotta come up, bro. We'll
Yes.
host you, man. We'll show you what it's like up
Yes.
there. Go to the mountains. We'll take you out to the good food.
Yeah.
Didn't you go out and go do the Black Hawk helicopter
yeah,
out
yeah,
there?
I did
Cool.
the
With
Black Hawk,
with
yeah.
Keaton, the muscle.
Yeah, the
I
muscle,
did
yeah.
that. Was like for me, like people think like this guy was wild because I was very wild in Thailand and all this stuff.
Yeah.
All my life, but I changed
Now
a
you're a
lot.
family man.
Yes, but like was like great experience, you
Yeah.
know, for me to be in Utah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's good for family. It's very calm, very
Yeah.
relaxed.
It's good for us degenerates. It's a long drive to come to a
It's
casino.
a hard time. It's hard to get to the casino, so it's good. Though I will tell you, today already I'm up 20 G's downstairs, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
Well, Manel, tell us. We're gonna wrap up here, but dude, tell us about your team. Tell us who's around you. Tell us where to find you, dude. On social medias, yeah.
On social medias, you know, Instagram, you just write StarBoy, the only one is there, and
your team. Who's your team? Who's your
my team. I have my team here. I work with Eric Nipson in Extreme Couture.
Yeah.
I have Richard and all my coach and my partner trainer. They are in Portugal. They normally come 1 or 2 months.
Yeah.
After the fight, they come here. But like, I have amazing partners here in trainings in Extreme. I have Javid, Farid. Actually, Javid is gonna fight tomorrow.
Yeah.
Uh,
The undefeated Afghan bros.
yes, Afghans.
Yeah.
The problem.
They're Jake's boys, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Jake coaches them.
Yes, the coach.
And of course, big shout out to Ali, your
Yes,
manager.
yes.
He does
Ali
so much, huh?
is the man. Is
Yeah.
the man.
Very
Can't-
much.
can't
Well,
have
dude,
words.
Manel, honestly, this has been months in the making. We're glad to have you, man. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate
it a
you.
lot.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in to Manel. He is the man. Watch him do some bad things in the coming months. Let's go. Thanks for tuning into The Coach and the Casual. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and share it with your friends. Thanks again.